apocalypse.
The Mozarts, the Beethovens, were like the Oscar Petersons and Herbie Hancocks of their day. They improvise like crazy, all the time, within what they do. And I'm convinced that if they were alive now, they'd be hanging out at the jazz clubs as well as the concert halls, because they would look at what's going on and go, "Holy crap! Yes, that's music."
You have to be yourself.
I know exactly.
You cannot be just somebody else.
No, you can steal anything you want, but you've got to make it your own.
Yes, you have to be yourself.
We're all kind of like prisms, and the music flows through us. And you know those kaleidoscope things? It comes through in different ways. So, yeah, as long as somebody's being authentic, I think, you know. And I think truly that the really great that have gone down before us, you know, kind of like Bob Dylan. It doesn't get more authentic. He was who he was.
I did some 7-week periods where I played 7 nights a week for 7 weeks.
And
do the math.
Loving it.
49 days of playing.
Right.
It was 4 45-minute sets a night. This is how we became good, fast.
Yeah.
How many young guys today get a chance? They play 1 set.
Dude, it's Friday night or Saturday night now. It's not even 2 nights in a row.
But they play. They generally, it's like a lot of them are 3 bands on the roster.
Right.
They play 1 set for 45 minutes, and how long does it take them to play 45 gigs? And let alone those were 45 gigs of 4 40-minute sets.
You have to find time to play music.
I'll never stop playing. I'll get up until my last breath every morning and play Bach. And then I'll sit down and I'll work on Donna Lee, you know, and that's my day, you know, that's 3 hours of that a day.
Music is such an amazing connection. It's the one thing that you can't describe. It's the one thing that's, you know, that's fleeting. That doesn't really exist anywhere. But, you know, in the mind, it's not a 3-dimensional thing, but yet it affects so much of our life, and it affects so much of our mood and what we think, and you know, how happy we are and how we dance like fools. Music is the only thing that does that, you know, and I think it's underrated.
4 to 6 months ahead of time.
Right.
And I mean, back then everybody was in the union. Not like now. I was working with non-union musicians, and the sergeant at arms, whatever, come around, they'd look at me and went, okay, and then I'd get a thing in the mail that they're going to fine me $25 for playing with non-union musicians. So I wrote them a letter and I said, look, these are the only gigs out there now for us professional musicians. So I will continue to pay my dues and stay in the union. But if you find me again for playing with non-union musicians, then I will resign. And sure enough, a week later I got another notice in the mail, paid that off, sent in my resignation.
You're going to go to a job where you're sitting at a desk or whatever, doing whatever the hell you're doing, and at some point you're going to go, what the hell am I doing here?
That's what makes the difference in a musician, you know. I mean, if you're serious about your craft, if you're serious about history of the music that you want to play, the style that you embrace, you know, you better know what you're talking about.
Well, I call them the little voices in my head, not the bad ones, the good ones, but they're actually the little voices on my heart. The ones in my head aren't, you know, always helpful, but the ones on my heart, yeah, the ones on my heart, the whispers that come on the heart, I think they're the ones that when I do listen to it, I end up having a tremendous experience. And most of those whispers are about contribution.
Now, finally, there's long-form conversation, and people want to like listen to that. And people get informed that way, and I think they're like just, it's slowly sinking in, right?